Stampers, this is Dawn, and today we're going to make this stained glass glitter window. It's so easy. So I'm going to show you how to do this layer right here. Okay, so I have a couple other ones to show you, but this one I used the Night of Navy Stampin Blends marker, and then also the Rich Razzleberry. And this is the light and the dark version for this butterfly here. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so then for this butterfly, I used the brand new Highland Heather Stampin Blends, and this is in the dark, and then the Flirty Flamingo in the dark Stampin Blends for this butterfly. And then for this flower here, I used the brand new, this is the Lovely Lipstick in the light, and then the Pineapple Punch in the dark, and then the Granny Apple Green in the dark for this flower right here. Isn't it beautiful? So those were the Stampin Blends that I used on these samples right here. We're going to make the flower, but I'm going to use the Highland Heather and the Flirty Flamingo version. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first you're going to need a piece of window sheet, and I'm going to be using the StazOn Black ink. And this is the stamp set I'm using. This is called the Beautiful Day. This was the butterfly that I used, and we're going to use the flower today. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this flower up in the StazOn. Okay, we're going to stamp on the window sheet. One thing with window sheet is when you're stamping on it, it will be kind of slippery, so you want to make sure you go straight down and press and try not to move that image. Okay, so that's all the stamping. We're going to let that set to dry. Okay, so we're going to set this aside to dry, and I went ahead already and did one previously, so this one's totally dry. One thing you're going to want to know is which side is the stamp side and what side is the back side, because we're going to color on the back side of your image. So once again, your Stampin' Blends you cannot use with permanent ink, and StazOn is a permanent ink, and if you color on that, you will know immediately that it's not the right side to color on. Let me show you my sample. So here's one that I stamped. Let me get a piece of Whisper White here so you can see it. So you can tell that the coloring on the StazOn side, it will remove the StazOn. So you want to make sure you're coloring on the back side, and let me show you here. You can tell what side the back side is by looking at the ink. The ink has got a slight shine to it, so you know that that's the stamp side, and then this is the back side. You can also write the word back to know the color of this back side. Okay, all right, so we're just going to go ahead and color in this flower. We'll also use the Granny Apple Green for the leaf. And remember, you're coloring on the back side of your stamped image. Okay, so one other thing is I noticed when making a few of these, you can add a second coat and it makes it pop even more, the color. So I'm going to let this air dry just for a couple seconds, and I'm going to apply a second coat of the Stampin' Blends. See, let me show you here. This is what it looks like so far. So we're going to add another coat on top of that, and it's going to make it even more vibrant. I want to show you here the difference when you put it onto the color. Can you see the difference on the ones that I've colored already twice? Isn't it pretty? All right, so let's go ahead and continue coloring in the flower. Okay, so our flower is colored in now. So let me show you what it looks like now onto the Whisper White. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so now this is where the glitter part comes in. So you're going to take some glue dots and you're going to place them just in certain areas of your flower because you don't want them to show. So I'm going to go ahead and place one here. And it's like in between the petals, kind of camouflaging the glue dot. I'm going to place one here on the leaf. I'm going to actually put 4 mini glue dots. I'll put one down here, and then one more. Put one up here. It's right there. Okay, this is the silver glimmer paper, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, so now the glue dots are on the back side. Can you see those glue dots? There's one here, there, and there. So now we're going to go ahead and flip it over, and I'm going to put this onto the glimmer paper. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? I'm going to press that down really nicely into the glimmer paper. Oh, so pretty. So now the next thing is just to hand cut that out. So let me grab my paper snips, and we're just going to go ahead and cut this out. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love it. So next, I would just go ahead and pop this up on dimensionals on the back side. And I used the layering square framelits for the scallop. And then I cut a piece of Whisper White. I think this was down to 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. And then I would just pop that up onto that square. And then you have a layer for your card. So let me bring in the other ones that I made. Okay, so here's the butterfly using the Highland Heather with the Flirty Flamingo. So then here's the other flower. I used the Lovely Lipstick Light, the Granny Apple Green Dark, and then the Pineapple Punch Dark for those, for the Stampin' Blends for those. And then here's this one with the card that's finished. I used the Night of Navy and the Rich Razzleberry in the light for the card, for that butterfly. Isn't it beautiful? And then also I want to point out that I did use the light Rich Razzleberry, which is normally a darker color, but on the window sheet it looks like a light pink. So when you're using your Stampin' Blends, just keep that in mind. You can also color multiple layers onto the image as well to darken it up to make it pop. Okay, so there's the Night of Navy and the Rich Razzleberry for that one, and then the one we just made with the Granny Apple Green, Flirty Flamingo, and the Highland Heather. Okay, so that's it. I'll have all the items listed below, and then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, see you later. Bye.